What a stunner last night. I was here. I Ace Freely back in New York grooved it for y'all. Giants hand the Eagles their second loss in 5 days. Eagles fans are going to be mad about this. And I'm even talking about the Giants. Oh, well, this is pretty incredible. They hadn't lost a full game with Jalen Hurts in over a year. So my big takeaways from last night are these. Number one, the Giants not only have their franchise quarterback for the first time in a long time, they have an identity. They have looked in that mirror long enough and said, I found myself. That's who I am. This is a team whose identity is to punch you in the mouth and then let you hear about it. Dable set the tone in the presser. We talked about it yesterday going into this. Do we like that he did that? Do we like that he said that AJ's always open in all of this? Yes, we like it because at least you're doing something. What do you have to lose, you know? And there's nothing scarier than a team, than a position, than anyone that has nothing to lose. There's truly nothing scarier. So it carried on onto the field. And this is the kind of FU bravado that I can't get enough of. Let's take a look at the diving head first, the coach headbutting Cam's helmet, Jaxson high-fiving the refs, whatever the heck this was with Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's not any brand of Giants football that I can remember. And this wasn't just an upset. This was an absolute ass kicking. And that is fine to say because it's exactly what it was. And if you're an Eagles fan this morning, you need to look in the mirror and say that and own that and then move on. The Eagles, the ultimate test, a credit to them, the Super Bowl champions. Which, when it comes to like physicality, right? You're testing the will, the toughness of a team. That's the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Giants pushed them around yesterday. They outgained Philly 172-73. Those numbers are crazy. They dominated the trenches on both sides of the ball. The vibes were insane along the way. Impossible to not be attracted to that sort of thing. Big city, young rookies running the show. And by the way, you know who ended up being the turning point? It wasn't Scat about bulldozing people or Dart throwing dimes or even Jalen's red zone pick. I think it might have been this. These 4 straight tush pushes. There it is. I said tush push. And that kind of put the Eagles ahead, right? And everyone was up in arms and tweeting, and Micah Parsons saying football is dead or whatever he was saying. The Giants outscored the Eagles 21-zip. I repeat, 21-zip after that sequence. It's like everyone collectively said, we've had enough. And the Giants took it over and bullied everybody from then on. And I'm sure there's, plenty of ups and downs in 2025 ahead for this young, fun, feisty, ass-kicking, no F's given team. You can finally be excited about the direction of this squad. Maybe buy some time, does some fun things. Congrats to Dable and company. If you're a Giants fan, enjoy this morning. Takeaway number 2, I'm going to put it like this. However good you thought Jaxson Dart was last night, he was even better than that. You're waking up this morning, you're eating your, by the way, shout out. I know you're going to see it backwards, but pop-up bagels sent me bagels this morning. We'll get to that in our YouTube break. You're eating your bagel. You're eating your schmear this morning. Great. You're loving your life. You're saying, gosh, Jackson's really good. He was better. Okay. Beating the defending champs in and of itself is amazing. Doing what he did through the air, on the ground, amazing. Joining Patrick Mahomes, by the way, is the only other quarterback in the last 40 years to score opening drive touchdowns in each of his first 3 starts. I'd like you to, though, consider he did all of that with a completely dismantled receiving core. Not to discredit them, they stepped up. But Lil Jordan Humphrey wasn't even on an active roster at this time yesterday. That was his most targeted receiver in this. And it's not a shot at Lil Jordan at all. He made plays. It's just nearly impossible, I think. I can't imagine it's easy to waltz into a game as a rookie with guys you don't have any reps with or chemistry. What is training camp for if you can just waltz on a team and look like you did last night? The Giants have their guy in Jaxson Dart. Takeaway number 3, this passing game BS is truly the least of the Eagles' concerns right now. And I'll say that again. We've spent so much time on this, and yes, it can be better, but it's so obvious to me and probably to you that it's symptomatic of a bigger issue. And that is that the run game is gone. It is gonzo, poof, dunzo, Houdini, see you later, exited the building. I don't know why. I don't know why. You guys tell me why. What's going on here? The run game wasn't even one of the best in the league last year. If I think I'm right, one of the best in NFL history a year ago, right? They now rank 26th overall, 29th in yards per carry. And we're like still chatting about Jalen and AJ. I don't know how to work my TV in this hotel room, but I have I was asked my producers, what are people talking about this morning? Is it straight tush push? Is it, no, we're still talking about Jalen and AJ and the meeting. And no, let's talk about these numbers. I want to make it clear. This is not a blame Saquon situation. You will actually never catch me blaming Saquon for anything. I think this is an O-line issue. I do. I think it's a scheme issue right now. It can be corrected, but the numbers bear it out. Look at the last 2 rows, okay? Saquon's averaging 2 fewer yards per carry before contact. Before contact, that happens to be almost the exact same difference in his overall yards per carry. That is a blocking statistic, no? You guys tell me. I'm just a fan, just telling you what I see. And then I look at the numbers and it kind of bears it out. So 1 + 1 = not great. You saw it last night. It felt like Saquon was just getting hit the second he got the ball in his hand. I'm like, he can't even get going. And Saquon kind of said that after the game. Here's what he said. He said it was like an execution, maybe even a mentality issue. This is what he said, quote, "We got to get back to that mindset, not giving a bleep what the defense is trying to do." Lane Johnson, one of the most incredible players ever, my favorite players, he sort of addressed this scheme as well, saying that they need more RPOs. You got to keep the defense on their heels. That makes sense. That'll help solve both issues, right? Because we said this over and over again the past couple of years. This whole passing game is best when it is predicated on the run game. I can't say it enough. I can't say it again. It's fixable stuff. But Pachulo's got to get to it over the next 10 days. And by the way, I believe there are some. Oh, what is that? Here I am in New York. Is the window open? Winds of change on the sportsbook, guys. Take a look. Things are changing and shifting quickly heading into we are in week 6. Eagles drop from 2nd to 4th in Super Bowl odds on FanDuel Sportsbook. Winds of change. The Lions and Packers jump on Detroit. Takes over as the new favorite to win the NFC as well. By the way, if the Commanders beat the Bears, and that's your Monday night game, Jade and Caleb, they move into first place in the NFC East. Eagles still favored to win the division right now. Interested to see what happens after Monday.